It says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal, everlasting life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world. God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. All right? Then it says, he who believes in him, in Jesus, is not condemned. But he who does not believe in him is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. And this is the condemnation. So what is the condemnation? This is the condemnation, that light has come into the world, you say. God is light. Jesus is light. Light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light. Men love darkness rather than light. Men love darkness rather than loving light, because their deeds were evil. Their deeds were evil. For everyone practicing evil hates the light, you say. And light is openness. Light is freedom. Light is to speak forth, to speak out. Light is the freedom to express yourself. Light means to be able to share what is bothering you, to be able to expose, reveal what's going on. But it said, this is the condemnation, that the light has come to the world, and men loved darkness. So, silence equals darkness. Darkness equals evil. So the reason, one of the reasons why God condemns the world is because the world loves darkness. Darkness is silence. So there is condemnation in silence. There is condemnation in darkness. When people love darkness, when people love silence, there is evil there. And that's why God condemns it. God is a God of light. God is synonymous to light. So if you say you belong to God, if we say we all belong to God, there is no way we will love hidden things. There is no way we will love to rather conceal evil rather than to expose evil. And it says here that light comes to expose evil. And because light has come to the world, the darkness is fighting light. And this is the condemnation, that the light has come into the world. And men, that is verse 19, that's John 3, verse 19. And men love darkness rather than light. Men love darkness rather than light. Love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. You see, when people's deeds are evil, they love darkness. They don't love light. For everyone practicing evil is light, and does not come to the light, lest his deeds should be exposed. But he who does the truth comes to the light, that his deeds may be clearly seen, that they have been done in God. So if you go to a church where everything is held in secrecy, where things are hidden, no, you don't know what is going on. You don't know how pastor is living. You don't know how church is living. You don't know how leaders are living. You don't know what's going on behind the scene. People are hiding their lifestyle. They don't want you to know what is happening. Everything is all hidden in some, secrecy and things like that. That shows that there is a problem there. It means they are hiding something. It means their deeds are evil. People are hiding or running away from the light, or don't like the light, don't prefer the light to darkness, because they have secret things to hide. So any culture that is always hiding something, any culture that is always discouraging discussion, open discussion, is a culture of darkness. Any culture that is always encouraging silence shows you, it should tell you something. It should tell you that that culture, the people behind that culture, the people behind that tradition, they are people of darkness. They have hidden secrets. They have hidden agenda. So, but that's why God said, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. The Spirit of the Lord is the Spirit of freedom. It's the Spirit of light, because God is a God of light. So the culture of silence is a culture of darkness. You remember, we always talk about secret societies. What is secret society? Darkness. And that's why nobody knows what is going on in secret societies. Everything is held up in secrecy. Everything is hidden from other people, from normal people. Normal people don't know what's going on in secret societies. Why is it secret society? Because it has to be hidden. Things are not exposed. There is no freedom. There is no light. There is no free expression of people's will and desires. So that means that there is a culture of silence there, because there is a culture of darkness. A culture of silence, or encouraging silence in any society, it means that there are so many darkness in that society. If you belong to, like, for example, we come from Africa. Some families have so much darkness that you cannot even reveal, you cannot even openly talk about anything. You cannot ask your parents any questions. You cannot ask your dad any question. You cannot openly talk to your parents. You cannot openly talk to your daddy. You cannot openly talk to your mom. You cannot ask questions about your background, about your home, you cannot know anything. Normally, when things are hidden like that, when people are not encouraging open discussion like that, it means there is actually more darkness in those kind of societies than in Western societies, where people seem to be condemning them that they are too, promiscuous and things like that. But really, in the real sense, they have more freedom in the West. That means there is more freedom, there is more light in the West than in those cultures where there is no freedom, where everything is hidden, where you cannot talk to, you cannot talk to your parents, you cannot talk to anybody about what is really going on, because people are hiding the truth. So if you belong to any church like that, whereby you don't know how the pastor is living, you don't know how his family is living, you don't know how his children are living, you don't know how the leaders are living, you don't know how the management of the church is going on, you don't know anything about their finances, you don't know anything about their leadership, you don't know anything, whatever they're doing with their, offering, you don't have, the church people are isolated from the day-to-day running of the church, and there is no involvement, no inclusiveness. It means that is not a church. It means it's a cult, because it means there is a culture of darkness there. And if there is a culture of darkness, there is evil. It is a culture of evil. Where there is light, where there is openness, where there is light, there will be openness. Where there is, where everything is good, there is no need to be hiding anything much. So it says here, and this is the condemnation, that the light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light. You see, men naturally like to hide things. Men want to be secretive because they love darkness, because their works are evil. So, because their deeds were evil. Then it says, for everyone practicing evil is the light. So think about your church right now. Think about your family. Think about your home culture, your country. Think about your nation. Think about your tradition. Is your tradition encouraging openness, or your tradition is encouraging silence? If they are encouraging silence, you know the reason why now. And the reason is only one thing. It says here, the reason is because they are practicing evil. You might not know the evil, but if they don't want you to talk about it, they don't want you to question them, if they don't want you to raise the questions, if they don't want you to query them, if you cannot ask questions from the leadership of your church, if you cannot speak out openly about your thoughts, you cannot express your thoughts, you cannot question the things that you are not clear about, you cannot question or query things that are not good, that you don't understand. People don't want you to put your nose anywhere. They say it's not your business. Don't ask questions. You cannot know this, you cannot know this. Just keep quiet. Just follow. Just any culture that is telling you that, any tradition that is telling you to be silent, not to talk, belongs to the culture of darkness. It means that they have evil deeds going on behind the scene. It means that they are practicing evil. You might not know the evil they are practicing. You might not be able to put your hands on it, but there is evil. It means they are practicing evil. So everyone practicing evil, this is the word of God here. Everyone that practices evil will hate openness. Everyone that practices evil will hate freedom. Everyone that practices evil will hate open discussion. Everyone that practices evil will hate the light. The reason why people hate the light is because they have something hidden. They have hidden agenda. They had skeleton in their cupboard. It's because they are practicing evil. So that's what it says here. Everyone that practices evil hence hate light. So you don't need to be able to wait and say that, oh, I don't know if this church is right or it's not right because I can't put my finger on anything. You don't need to wait to be able to put your finger on anything. If you just see that they are not practicing the culture of openness, you cannot openly discuss, you cannot openly query or question, you cannot, bring anything to light and just talk about it freely. That is already supposed to tell you everything about that organization. Anything secretive, anything hidden, any culture that is hiding things, any culture that is not open, any culture that does not encourage, free communication, free discussion, openness of talk, discussion and, ideas and thought and talk, it means there is evil there. You don't wait there till you are able to see the evil. Don't wait there till you know what particular evil is taking place. You don't need to know what evil is taking place. Once you know that things are hidden like that, things cannot be talked about, things cannot be talking about, there is a taboo that you cannot talk about this, you cannot talk about that, you cannot ask personal questions, you cannot discuss, you cannot, question, you cannot do anything. It means that is a cult right there. Either it's a cult or something evil is represented in that organization. Don't go to such a church, or you release yourself, run away from such a culture that as the culture, there is no open discussion between the leadership and the congregation, between the pastor and the people, between the, when there is a different lifestyle for the leadership, when you don't know what is happening, when you only see them on the stage once in a while, when you only see them on the stage, on Sundays or during the service, but you don't know what is happening after Sunday. You don't know how they are living. You don't know what they do during their day. It means, and then they don't discuss about it. They don't talk about it. They don't give you, they don't ask you, give you the freedom to discuss, to ask questions, to question things, to query stuff. Run for your life. The Bible says it here. For everyone practicing evil hates the light. Everyone practicing evil hates the light and does not come to the light. People don't want to come to the light only for one reason. There's only one argument for that. The only argument is that they are practicing evil. They are having hidden agendas. They are having some evil things going on. That's why you cannot go to their homes. You cannot go to their house. You cannot question them. You cannot talk to them. There is no freedom. There is no openness. Why? Because they are practicing evil so that their deeds will not be exposed. That's what it says here. Everyone practicing evil hates the light and does not come to the light. Why do they not want to come to open discussion? Why is it that they don't want to talk and discuss about things openly? is because their deeds will be exposed. If you have been watching our videos and maybe you enjoy them, maybe you don't enjoy them, but still, we need you to help us spread the word. And for that to happen, we only need you to take 5 little steps. Please help us spread this word by liking the video. Then, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We also need you to press the notification button, and the way to do that is to click on the bell. You see the bell there? Click on it. Then, of course, leave your comments. Let's know what you're thinking about each video. And finally, we need you to go and share the word. Share this video on your Facebook timeline, on your Instagram, and every other platform that you have. All right? Let's win the world for Christ. Thank you so much. Peace.